It's January 27th, 2004. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King is still on top of the box office. And while Xiomara has her photo shoot, J. Manuel is wiping the tears of Catie away. Welcome to Pot, but make it fashion. Hello you guys and welcome to a new episode of Pot But Make It Fashion. I am Sander.
And I'm Dennis.
And we are here today to talk about the third episode of the second cycle of America's Next Top Model. And the episode is The Girl Who Can Cry at the Drop of a Hat. She can.
Yeah.
She can. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And also I think this episode could be called Now We Know Who Heather Is. Since the first two episodes, I didn't know who Heather was. I couldn't pick her out of a lineup. And now after this episode, I know who Heather is.
And do you like what you see?
No comment. No, I don't know.
Well, she's not the girl who can cry at the drop of a hat, so that makes her less annoying than the girl who can cry at the drop of a hat.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
But we'll get to that.
But this is a very nice episode because we have
makeovers.
Yes!
Our favorite thing of the season.
Oh, yes.
But it doesn't start there yet because it starts with a little thing that Shandi is nerdy and struggling, and the other girls didn't see her beauty at the beginning, and she's walking, blah, blah, blah. And then we see Heather, who feels alone. No one socializes with her. She feels homesick. And then she says something. When we watched, I said to you, I hate when people say that. Even when it's true, I hate when people say it. Heather says, I miss my mom. My mom is my best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Like, who cares?
Like, you can be close to your mom, which is all good. But when she's your best friend, ooh, honey, I don't know.
But even if she is.
No, but that doesn't make you healthy.
Yeah, but I don't like when people are like, making herself feel like, oh, then we feel sorry for you. I'm like, you miss your mom, which is okay, but you don't make it more dramatic. Like, ooh, it's your best friend. Oh, then I feel sorry for you. Like, who cares? Nah. We all miss someone when you go away. Well, I don't, but
I'm same. I'm all good. But
yeah, we are not so homesick kind of people, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. And not because I don't like my parents or love
people. People miss me when I go away.
Do we?
Well, the listeners of the podcast will miss us when we stop.
But,
okay.
I wanted the only time where it's okay, in my opinion, when a mom and her daughter are best friends is Gilmore Girls, and that's the only where I'm like, okay.
I never watched Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, that's sad of you. But that other times I'm just like, it's okay to be close to your mom, but you need. To me, it sounds when you say my mom is my best friend, it means you don't have any other friends. Otherwise, maybe you're like socially weird.
If a friend of mine would say it, like, "Am I your best friend?" No, because my mom is. I would be like, okay, but she's like 70. Come on, find someone your own age.
Yeah, you can be close to your mom, really close, but best friend, it's something.
Yeah, come on, Heather, socialize with the young girls. Yeah. We can tell why you are like, why this is hard for you. You can't socialize with people under 50. It's hard. They're all too young for you.
Yeah, but I did like it. Just to finish this off with Heather, like we're done right now. But what you were saying. That the girls didn't see Shandi in their nice beauty thing, but what they saw was a girl who was working for her because she was practicing, and I was like, that's how you get things done. You practice, you work. If something is not working in the right way or you're failing at something, you try again. Aaliyah said it. Dust yourself off, try again. Yeah.
And her walk was already better than at judging because she saw a clip back from the last episode and like, okay, it's like maybe the same day or the next day. It's already getting better.
Yep. She's making that progress.
Because I'm always a little bit like, walking, is it that hard?
Yes, it is.
Until I saw Shandi walking, like apparently it is. But she's getting there, and she has a real, like, what the hard thing is, I think, is girls walk sometimes like how they think a model should walk, and like very sexified and stuff. But when I see her walk, I'm like, okay, if you really get there, it looks a little bit more model-esque kind of walking, and that's nice.
It depends. I think when you look at models, there's a different way of walking. You can walk literally like you're the mannequin, like there's no intention whatsoever.
Yeah.
But you can also have like a fierce walk, like Naomi Campbell. Like you can tell that's her like it's her. It's like a branded, not a branded walk, but like you can see the personality come through. But I think it depends on the designer what they want because
exactly, because you also want people to watch look at your clothes. And if you are Naomi Campbell or like Tyra did it over the top, I was like, hey girl, hey, I'm like, you are wearing something. We're not looking at you, Tyra. We're looking at the clothing.
It depends because when Tyra Banks used to walk for Victoria's Secret, you're also looking at the models.
That's true. You're the face. You are.
It's like you have to have a personality too, otherwise you can't walk that runway. But it kind of depends. I think.
It depends.
But
but we love Shandi for her persistency.
Yes.
Persistency, is that a good word?
I don't know.
For being persistent. Okay.
She worked. You did good.
Makeovers.
Yes.
Girl makeovers. Tyra's there. Mr. J's there, and I think the owner of the hairdresser. I don't remember who it was. But they were at maybe I'm very mean now to the most famous salon at the world. I don't know, but they were at a nice salon, good people. Know. Because overall, I'm not going to zoom into one yet. But overall, I kind of liked all or almost all the makeovers. It was not like, what, they did that to you? There was no like craziness.
Agreed.
Which I didn't like. I want the craziness, but it was modelesque.
And it was all like there was not because with the last one they were like really in season 1 they were complaining. There were a lot of girls like, no, do I really? Do I have to? Like, or they were having face. And right now, the only eccentric thing that happened was Catie crying. Which,
oh my god!
To be fair, I can kind of understand that it's like it was a big change, but she wasn't complaining. She was just like,
that's true.
She wasn't complaining.
It's that I know what's going to happen in the rest of the episode. That I was already like, oh, Catie, get over yourself. But I'm like, okay, you get your hair cut. More people can cry. That's okay. Like, I remember also last season that Giselle cried a little bit, but I was like, okay, well, fair enough. Cry a little bit, and after that, you're done. But Catie was crying. But then Janasha said that Catie told her that she can cry at the drop of a hat. And then I'm like, okay, then it's not okay anymore, because you do it now maybe to get some attention, which you, in my eyes, use a lot of times this episode.
Yeah.
Ugh. But I like her makeover.
Yes, it's awesome.
It suits her.
It makes her less plain, but she can still be plain with this haircut if she needed to, but she can also be a little bit more like...
Yeah.
It pops.
What is your favorite makeover? If you look at all the makeovers, what's your favorite one? Do you have a favorite?
I don't know if I really have a favorite. Because the makeovers weren't like completely changing people. The only one who actually made a big change, in my opinion, was Shandi. And even that change wasn't that big. Like it was all pretty, but there were no like, ooh, this is a completely different person. You know what I mean?
And for me,
like there were just touch-ups.
There were touch-ups. Like Sarah looked good, but she already looked good before. Xiomara looked good, but she already looked good. For me, my favorite was Shandi. I really liked the blonde hair on her. And what I feel with her now, and I see that also during judging and stuff and during challenges, her face can wear makeup quite easily. She has now quite a pale skin, and then with a light hair, and then with dark makeup, it doesn't look, whoa, what a lot of makeup. She can pull it off or something. Her face can pull it off. So I like her look now with the lenses and no glasses. This was about her makeover. But I think I also like Janasha with the shorter hair.
Yeah, but then again, like it didn't change her face, or her hair was shorter, pretty, nice. Yeah. It looks good. I think it looks better than the longer hair, but it didn't make like a big like where I was like, whoa, what happened?
True, there was no crazy one that like a blonde girl became like with black curly hair and then blonde straight or something. It was like more touch-ups or a little dye job. Heather didn't change at all. She also was scared, like, will people not think, can you change? Well, but you can also see it as a compliment. She already looked kind of good. I think I liked her hair. Nothing special. It was okay.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah. And then after the makeovers, Catie cries again, and she calls her boyfriend. I really liked her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was like, Catie, you don't have to cry. Yeah. I'm like, are you also 18? You sound very mature and very nice. I'm like, Catie has a nice boyfriend? Yeah. What did you do to get him? He was super nice.
Maybe she can be nice if she's not on television.
Well, yeah, then it must be outside of the camera.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, I loved it, and he was like, why are you crying? No, you're not. You don't cry over this. Like, did people give you compliments? Then what are you crying about?
Yeah, they did. They gave me That's what she wants to hear. Like, oh, I want compliments. I'm sorry, I'm hating on Catie, but it's because she is in a battle with Xiomara. She's one of my favorites, so that's why I'm hating on Catie. Okay, challenge.
Yeah, they go to the makeup challenge. They get You can explain it.
There's
better than
like two pictures of Tyra, of course. One with without makeup, one with makeup, and they have to do the smoky eye of Tyra, done by J. Manuel, I think, on that photo shoot. But they only have one mirror because apparently that's how it is going in reality, according to Mr. J. Manuel. If you come late into I don't know, a fashion show, like why would you come late into a fashion show? That's already not something that will happen, I guess. And no one will help you. So with 12 girls, you have to do it with the same stick. I'm like, this. It's also kind of gross.
But it's not. It's not realistic because do you know what would happen? Do you know what I would do in that situation? I would get my compact out of my purse and I would have my own mirror. Because if you're a model, you always have a mirror with you, or you have a compact for like powdery things or whatever. You have it with you. So this is so like if you were a smart model, you would never get yourself in this situation. If you needed some stuff from that table, you would just go, hey, you can grab something else,
and then go somewhere else. Yeah, but they were not allowed to do that. Well, Shandi was like getting warm because she was with her face and her arm next to all the lights around the mirror. And I think what I have a little bit of a feeling, it's so obvious. Like Camille doesn't really talk about Joanna that much, but Joanna talks a lot about Camille. Also now, because they had to run towards the mirror, and Camille was there first, and then Joanna was like, well, guess who was first at the mirror?
Was that Joanna?
Joanna said it, and she was like, guess who was it? Cruella de Vil again, because that's how she calls her, of course, Cruella de Vil. But then you see like the slow motion version of it. Joanna is literally half a second, if it's not a quarter of a second later at the mirror compared to Camille. They were the first two. I'm like,
no, they weren't the first two.
They were because of slow motion. They were those two outlines. They were running like this towards the middle. Camille was there, and immediately after that was Joanna. I watched it, and I was like, and even if that wouldn't have been the case, that Camille was faster. Well, then she was faster. Someone has to be the first one. Yeah, I'm not hating on Camille that much.
I'm hating on Camille because she ran before they said go.
Then I didn't see that. If you're not sticking to the rules, Camille, then I do hate it. Yeah.
But what I thought from Joanna, what she did really smartly, she was like, I wasn't gonna push myself in front of the mirror. I was just like grabbing the things I needed and then just looked at the sides where I can find some space because me personally, I would do the same thing because if you're like crowded against that mirror, like. I wouldn't do what Camille did, not because it's like you're like in front of everyone, but like I would get stressed with all those people hovering. But I just know, like
I need my space.
Well, not like you just like you can do your makeup, but then just check the mirror and then just do it for yourself again. Then check like you don't have to look at the mirror all the time.
No. But in the end, someone is the best.
And who was the best?
Joanna.
Yes.
I have no idea if I agree. Yeah, I don't know anything about makeup. She looked good.
I agree.
But I liked Shandi most, but it was not a smoky eye. But I liked her most.
No, honey, Shandi's makeup was not good.
Yeah, I'm favoritism. Yeah.
So this is not this is a biased opinion, or what do you call it? No, it's not biased, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, Shandi is my favorite so far.
But no, her makeup was rough around the edges. She needs to blend, girl, blend,
and make it smoky. But Joanna won, and she was. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say the same thing as you were saying that Joanna won, and then she gets to pick 3 people because the prize is they're getting a dinner at the loft with 3 guests.
Ooh.
Yeah, 3 surprise guests. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And she gets to pick 3 other girls to join with her for the dinner, and then the other girls have to prepare the dinner. But when she picks the girls, she picks Sarah, Xiomara?
Sarah and Xiomara.
And April.
Yeah.
And then Heather is sad because she didn't pick her because she thought she was close with Joanna. And I'm like, girl, the only thing we saw was that she gave you food one time, and that
because you were eating a pickle.
Does that maybe now your mother is not your best friend anymore? Now
is Joanna your best friend
because she gave you food or whatever? Yeah. Like you gave her a little.
Well, then I have a lot of friends if I get friends by giving food.
I was just, and then she also says like, yeah, maybe I wasn't mad at it if she didn't looked at me first and then switched to another person, and I was like,
but then you're 4th place.
Well, not even if you're 4th place, but like you. A person can change their mind. It's not like she already said you and then was like, no. She like looked at you and then she was like, maybe, but I don't know.
Who cares? And also, fair enough, Heather is 18. Joanna is
23.
Yeah, like something like that. And the girls she picks, Sarah, Xiomara, April, are a little bit more mature, which makes sense. I presume if Catie would have won, maybe she would have picked Heather. I don't know, like the young girls, maybe not. I don't know, but you can tell those are the more mature girls.
Yeah.
Like Sarah is quite chill. Xiomara is super chill. April, maybe Joanna is the least chill of them all, in my opinion. But they're
No,
the more... Yeah.
I
I also like her, but I'm also a little bit sometimes like, just get over the fact that Camille is hating on you, because you're more hating on Camille, in my opinion.
But you only hear her voiceover.
That's true.
Like, I think there's probably more people saying it, but there's like a Camille Joanna fight going on, and they want to like...
Yeah, but I don't think that's true. I think there is a Camille...
No, that's
Joanna fight. That Joanna thinks that there's a fight, and Camille couldn't care less.
No. It's like the producers putting them against each other.
That's
because
true.
I think there's probably more people maybe hating on Joanna, more people hating on Camille, whatever. But they only pick those two things to really like...
And the producers want us to like Joanna.
Probably, maybe that too.
But they have... no, they don't have that in that, because before that, and that's why I'm also secretly a little bit in love with Camille. Camille asks to Shandi, Shandi, are you okay? And then the camera switches to Shandi, and you see her collapsing. And who is there first with her big, bright green pumps? Camille helping Shandi. I'm like, okay, Camille. Well, it would be weird if you would just be like, I don't care. But
like if you,
I don't know.
Well,
she's nice.
If you would collapse here right now, I wouldn't be like, hey, is there someone else? Like,
but maybe I would have expected Camille to do that. And now she proved me wrong now. No, but she was nice. She was, are you okay? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
You think when someone talks bad that someone is extremely
No,
bad
no,
with
of
everything?
course not,
Like
of course
I
not.
would suggest that every person would react the same way. I don't think of Camille like, oh, you're that special. I think this is common decency in my opinion.
But I know now why I like Camille more, because I remember when I watched the second cycle, I didn't like Camille that much. But she comes back for the All-Star cycle in like 20 million cycles, and there she's quite chill. So that made me change my my opinion about her, and I put it also in the second cycle. That's my fault.
Yeah, because you're looking into the future, and I'm here right now.
You are here. You see her with her green pumps, and we don't like you.
No, I'm not saying I don't like her, because to be fair, I kind of understand her. Like she wants to fight, she wants to go for it, but there's like a give and take with that a little bit. Like know when to fight, know when not to fight, because I feel like when Camille is like, she's like, yeah, I'm not here to be best friends, but I'm here to win. But when you say it like that, it's then be that girl. Don't get annoyed when someone talks about you because you came here to win. And she does get annoyed by it. So I'm like, it's not completely true that what you're saying.
And she's not even a front runner yet, in my opinion. Her pictures are like,
they're fine.
Okay,
They're
but
fine.
she's not one of the best ones, in my opinion.
But yeah, we missed over a shocking moment because Shandi collapsed.
Shandi collapsed. Oh yeah, we were only talking about it. Camille was running there.
But to be fair, that also everything was being said with that because she collapsed.
It can happen.
She got some food, and then she was fine.
You were warm, and she was fine after that. It happens. Those things happen.
I'm really wondering because she said like, I didn't eat well, I didn't sleep well. Who's taking care of those girls? Because there's a lot of no, because there's a lot of girls. Because how old is Shandi? She's also like 18, 19, something like that. Like I know at that time for myself, I was in college and I kind of knew how to take care of myself, but not in that environment. So I'm really wondering, like, are they just there? Like, is there someone buying food for them? Do they need to do that themselves? Or because that was in the beginning as well with Joanna saying to Heather, like, girl, you're only going to eat a pickle, and then she's like, here, have some of my food, it's fine. But if you're literally 18 or 19 and you've always lived at home and this is your first trip ever, like who's taking care of these girls?
Yeah, I think you see them sometimes in front of the store or the supermarket. I think maybe the earlier seasons they had to take their own, because also later on Catie says something, I will get your tomatoes tomorrow, Camille, or something.
Yeah.
So I think they buy them themselves, but I think in the later seasons it's also like they tell production that they want this and then production buys some things. But I also think that's what we talked about it before this as well. Right? That they apparently don't give them food for a long time and keep them on ice, that they're not allowed to speak, so that they will get grumpy and that there's drama. They needed this to happen. Well, maybe not this. They don't want someone to collapse, but they make the environment so bad for them that something could happen.
True. That's TV.
That's TV. That's TV for you. Yeah.
Oh well.
All right. Well, but dinner at the evening with the three special guests.
Yeah, the three special guests. The three boys who modeled in the first episode. Woo, special. I'm sorry.
They had to pick up their paycheck.
The only thing that was interesting from this whole dinner was that Catie and Camille had like a fight over a tomato. So you can imagine how... I forgot what I wanted to say.
How boring it was.
Yes, thank you. But what I also found hilarious was that... at the end of the meal, like the girls who were chosen by Joanna, they had the meal with the guys, and then the other girls had to serve. And then in the end, you see Catie and Heather talking to each other outside.
complaining to each other.
Which is fine, but then in the end, in the confessionals, or maybe even in a voiceover, I don't know. Well, that's probably confessional too. Heather is like, yeah, Catie really understands me. And I'm like, girl, you said that about Joanna, like, in the beginning of the episode. So anyone who's listening to you...
Pick your best friend now.
Well, not even pick your best friend, but, like, probably anyone who will listen to you is like, oh, yes, they understand me. They understand me. Oh, girl,
Yeah,
no,
true.
no.
No, it was only small detail about this dinner is, well, I actually kind of find it kind of funny, but it was a little bit like, if I would have been Catie, I would have been annoyed that Joanna said, yo, Twiggy, bring you my salad, or something. Like Twiggy, because she looks like Twiggy, the model now. But it was like, okay, I think I would be on edge already, having to cook for the winners, and then be like, yo, with like a nickname.
Sometimes you live in a different world, because I know what you're talking about, but I hear it completely different, because I hear like, hey, Twiggy, can I get some more ice? Instead of, hey, Twiggy.
Okay. Well, I like Joanna being sassy sometimes, so I picture her being some sassy
That's
girl.
what I'm talking about. You picture a lot, I think.
Or you.
No.
Tell us who tells the truth. Is Joanna sassy or classy?
No.
Or Cassie.
It's Casey. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, I don't think it was I don't know.
No, it was okay. They got a tire mill. That fear of spiders, fear of whatever, blah, 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 a lot of fears. And then I wrote a quote down by Catie, who you might not see, but I think I write it down because now knowing what she said before the photo shoot,
I know what you're gonna say.
Her quote is, I think fear is a complete waste of emotion and time. Well,
no,
then
that she didn't say that.
She wrote it. She said that we're going to look it back. She said, "I think fear is a complete waste of." I wrote it down while she said it because I knew. I think fear is a complete waste of emotion and time.
No, I thought that she said, "I don't have any fears because I think emotion is a complete waste of time." But
We're going to look it back.
Yeah,
we're going to look it back.
Maybe I'm wrong too, but
yeah.
To be
but
fair,
let's put it this way. She was saying, "I don't have any fears."
That's the point where. Yeah.
Well, girl,
if someone has a fear during this episode,
or you can also come up with fears in the drop of a hat. That's also possible. Not only tears.
Maybe she did.
Tears and fears. She faked it, so she knew that she would. Catie, we're on to you. And she was like, oh my God, I'm going to produce a bad photo, but if I'm going to cry before that, then it will be like, whoa, you overcame your fear. Well, your picture is okay, but you overcame your fear, so it will... Oh, Catie, you are one smart 80-year-old.
Maybe she did.
Girl.
I'm kind of like, I'm agreeing with this method. Maybe she did.
They walked down there. And did you see, I love Janasha. She was comforting April again. She was stroking her and touching her because April was looking a little bit scared.
Oh, really?
You saw Janasha and was like, well, last episode we were saying like April should kiss the floor I was walking on, blah, blah. You're not, Janasha, you're just nice. Yeah, you're a chill, nice friend to April.
But to be fair, she's also chilled during the shoot, which is not in her best interest.
Yeah, she comes across like she doesn't care to Jamie.
Yeah, okay, I'm doing it.
But which I don't think is true.
No, I think it's just her vibe. But it's like maybe I wouldn't say she's hiding something, but it's just like the way she is.
I think what I would be also maybe a little bit like you want it, but you also, you have to think like, okay, I can also be eliminated.
You have to be realistic.
Yeah, and I think she knows she will not win. I think some girls already know I will not win.
Yeah, but I think also if you think that, then you're not going to win because you already think that. Do you know what I mean? But I know what you're saying, but it's like, probably
I think
also,
you have a feeling there.
Yeah, but if you start to go with that feeling,
that's true.
Then you will
be
eliminated. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
That's true. Well, they had a photographer, Richard Dean, with the widest teeth ever.
He is. I'm sorry, but he looks creepy. I thought he's like the guy who's like, do you want to come over? Like, oh, it just, I don't know.
And would you come over then?
No. Oh no, he's no Nigel Barker. Oh, if he would,
you would come over to Nigel for sure.
If he would say, do you want to come over? Yeah, done. When? Uber right now.
Yeah.
But
do you want to come and come over?
Do you want to come and come again? Come on over. But he looked really creepy. Like he looked creepy.
Yeah, we need Nigel. We need Nigel for the eye candy.
Come back, Nigel.
Well, he'll come back later. But the makeup was cool for this shoot. I liked the makeup. They had to actually... Oh, we had a shoot, but they had to hang. We didn't even say that. They had to hang in the shoot.
Yeah. Well, they saw the episode, so they know.
Saw it. But they had nice makeup. And
I thought it was cool, too.
Yeah. And who were your favorites during the shoot? Would you first? Would you be scared? You think to do the
No,
shoot?
I would be like, let's get it on.
I know. I never understand. Well, it's maybe easy because I don't have a fear of heights and I don't have fear of those kind of things. But I'm like, hey, even if you have a fear of heights, it's you're in a harness.
No, but I think
right?
if you actually have a fear of heights, then it's different. But I'm also that person who would think like they don't want me to die because I'm gonna sue them.
Exactly.
So I would already feel safe knowing that it's
there are
gonna be
professionals
fine.
there,
Yes.
and I just don't like. I'm okay with people being scared because Xiomara also said I'm scared to death.
Yeah.
But there's different ways you can handle, like what Catie does. The whole episode, crying. It's just something that even not an 18-year-old girl does. I can say like, oh, she's young, but you're also 18. You would do that when you were 6. Like, I'm a teacher and I teach kids who are 12. They never cry when they are scared. They say that they are scared. If you're crying, that's like being a victim immediately. Just say what you have to. CD suddenly started to talk. Just say that you're scared and own it, but don't cry.
I don't really agree because I think she like if you actually genuinely have a fear of heights, like you can go into shock, and I think that's what happened.
Okay.
I do believe like maybe it was a bit too much because you weren't in a situation where you like it was unsafe or something, like you're on top of a building and if you fall down you're dead. Like you were in a harness. There's a whole team checking your security, but I do think that if you're in a shock, like I believe, Catie, you were in a shock. You better be in a shock. If you weren't in a shock, I'm gonna come back for you.
Well, she had a lot of shocks this episode, though.
But if she was like, if you're actually in that shock, you get into that. Like, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but who do you think did good at the shoot?
I have no idea because I didn't. It was like
2 seconds. Yeah.
It was not even 2 seconds. It was like with every girl.
Yeah.
I was like, the only thing that they really zoomed in on was like with Xiomara and with Catie that like
behind the scenes.
Yeah, and that they're like.
And they were for sure not the best.
No.
My favorites, because when you look quickly, you saw them all like in pain a little bit, moving.
Yeah.
The two who were the most comfortable looking with their hands in the air were Shandi and Mercedes. They moved the most, in my opinion, having their body in control.
I remember with Shandi, but I have no idea with anyone else.
But poor Xiomara. What a nice personality to have this. It was so confusing for her.
Yeah, but do you know what I kind of hate is that every time a girl has something nice, when she's doing something where you're like, oh, likable, they shut it down.
Like, just think about yourself.
Yeah, they make it into a bad thing.
I'm like, you did nice, Xiomara. Yeah, it's a shame your picture didn't end up well. I don't think it would be much better because she looked a little bit uncomfortable anyways, and she had not that nice makeup compared to other girls, in my opinion. But I'm like, it's a nice gesture of her, right?
Well, do you know what? No, I find it a little bit sad is that they put every. Well, we get to that more into the judging, but she's being nice, but then I don't know.
Yeah. Shall we go to judging?
Yes, because that makes it easier.
Do we have to talk about the makeup challenge they had?
No,
there was judging. The only
fine.
thing is, the girl who gets eliminated, can we say it? Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Heather is going to get eliminated later on. Does this judging challenge even matter? Because apparently they kind of liked Heather's makeup.
Yeah.
And still she get eliminated. So I'm like, do they really care? Is it not only to make them look like a fool, to make it a little bit more interesting? They in later seasons they cut the challenges as well, but they never really take that in consideration.
I think they just want something to talk about. But can we with the judging?
Judging.
But with the judging, what
nice pictures, whoop. And then the 2 girls.
No, but even earlier because they show a picture of Tyra, and I'm like, damn, that was a good picture.
And can we now talk about that Nigel is really getting turned on by Mercedes? He said something like, oh, Mercedes, your ass. Ooh. He said something really
He's
looked like...
gay.
He's not gay. Nigel has a wife.
Really? Oh, I thought he was gay.
That's why you like him so much. You thought you had a chance. No, Nigel's not gay. Nigel has a family and a wife.
That doesn't say anything.
Well, then we can be straight as well. He never proved to have a relationship with he has a wife already. He also had that wife back in 2004 when this season shot. But he was really liking Mercedes. He was like, ooh, I like Shandi and April. Yeah, that's it.
Those were your favorites?
Shandi and April. Yeah.
Mine too. I thought Shandi. But what I really found weird with this whole judging, that with every picture they were like, oh, gorgeous. Oh, and I was like, huh? Like they loved Sarah's picture. I thought it was butt ugly.
Yeah, I didn't like it as well. Her eyes were too much way up.
It was,
also, Camille looked a little bit like meh.
Yeah. Oh, I hated Camille one. I didn't like Camille. I didn't like Xiomara. I didn't like Heather. I didn't like Sarah. I didn't like Janacia. There was a lot of girls I didn't like, but
Sarah Janacia.
Janacia. Yeah, I don't.
Sarah Janacia.
I'm never
gonna. It doesn't matter. But then we get to Xiomara and Catie, and Catie is like, no. Let me get this straight, girl.
Wait,
Xiomara.
First you have to let Xiomara. Yeah, because Xiomara, she's like, I want to just say that I didn't have any guidance because Jay was busy trying to calm Catie.
And she said it with all due respect. She said, with all due respect, Jay, I understood it from you. So she was super nice and professional about it.
But not even that she was nice. I thought she had a good point because how can you, like, in that situation...
it was very confusing for her.
Well, not even confusing, but like, if she would... I think this would... Okay. Because they say to her, like, if you needed help, you could ask for it. But I think if she would have done that, they maybe would have said to her, like, ooh, that was a bit harsh of you. Like, you could have gotten your shot. You would have been fine. Why did you have to pull Jay away?
And now I have to think about exactly what Giselle said to us from cycle 1 in our interview. She said, I talked about a picture. I didn't like it. And the response from Tyra was, what? You don't like it? I love the picture. And Giselle said, if I would have said I like the picture, they would have said to me, what? How can you be so sure about yourself? So it doesn't matter what you do. They will always tell you should have done the other thing.
Yeah. I think this was that situation.
So I think Xiomara did, in my opinion, the right thing.
Well, I wouldn't say she did the right thing, but I think she never could have done the right thing.
No.
They would have made some, because then Catie would have been like, yeah, I couldn't take I don't know.
Oh, and it's Xiomara's fault because she only thought about herself.
Well, no, I don't think that she would have said that probably, but then it would have been like, yeah, maybe if I don't know.
And can I say something to make that they wanted to make it a little bit more dramatic? That they were overhyping Katie's picture. I knew when they were like, let's see if Katie's picture is better than Xiomara's, because then we know you made the wrong decision, Xiomara. Oh, your picture. Oh, it's much better than Xiomara's. I'm like, the picture of Catie was also not that good, and they made it look fine. It was fine, but I made it look like ooh, nice. Oh, I don't know. Like if it would have been someone else, if it would have been Heather's picture, they would have said like, not good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter how the picture looks. It only matters what the storyline will tell us.
Kinda.
And then Catie cries again, and Sarah says, I find it very hilarious.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's over now. It's over.
Oh.
But then the top two for them were Shandi and April, so I think we agree on that.
And I totally agree on that.
And then we get to the bottom, which is Xiomara and Heather. Do you agree?
No, not at all. You
don't agree?
No. No. It's obvious in the whole episode that they're going to eliminate Heather. They're not going to eliminate Xiomara because she's needed for the storyline, and she's more interesting looking than Heather, I think. I would have put Xiomara and Catie in the bottom two, and I would have eliminated Catie just because I think that I don't like how she acted at the judging panel, and I would have hoped that they would say to her, like, this is not professional, how you now throw someone under the bus or whatever, I don't know, and you cry the whole time, and your picture is not okay. I would have eliminated Catie.
But her picture wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but her attitude was stinky. And in later seasons, Tyra says, what's more important, personality or a great picture? A great picture you can work on, a personality you can't. Well, this is the opportunity to say this, like, because you can tell that Xiomara is a nicer person than Catie, and also Heather looks like a nicer person than Catie.
Yeah, but in the end, it is about the picture, and I thought Heather's pictures was worse than Katie's. Because Catie picture...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah?
Yeah, but still, I at least I was like, okay, as long as you don't eliminate Xiomara.
You just want Heather out. You just want Catie out.
No, I want Xiomara in. Let's put it this way.
And to be fair, it happens.
If Xiomara would have been eliminated, I would have been like, no, that's not fair.
True.
Also because she's so interesting looking. Yeah. She will not win, you can tell, but I like her look. I like her body. She's nice. I don't know.
I don't agree with that. She's fine. She's pretty, and that's it.
And she looks over it in the bottom too. Like stumbling her feet, like
she was nervous. You can tell from her eyes, like she was about to cry, and when she starts to cry, it was like, oh, tension release.
You make me cry.
Yeah,
you're always gonna make me cry.
Aww. Yeah, anything to win it. No, but yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Who would you have put in the bottom? You would have put Heather and Xiomara in the bottom two, right?
Yeah. Or maybe I also would have maybe put Camille, Heather, Sarah, or Janacia. Those were my least favorite ones, but
true. Yeah, I did exactly the same thing. Like the four girls who were the best were Shandi, April, Mercedes, and Joanna. Yeah.
Mercedes and Joanna were like fine. They were fine.
Yeah.
But It was I this week I don't with the picture they liked. I didn't fully agree with that. But
me neither.
I did. I was fine with Heather leaving because now I know who Heather is and I can say bye, Heather. Okay, fine.
At least you know who's getting eliminated.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm also fine with it. And Heather said the worst thing you can say at your goodbye video because it was obvious she was heartbroken. She was like, "Oh, I didn't expect it," but then I'm like, "Heather, this will follow you for the rest of your life."
What did she say?
Here we are, 17 years later, talking about it. She says, "It's not fair that I got eliminated. I think I'm prettier than most of the other girls." I'm like, okay, you have to know if you want to be a model, it's not about being pretty. A. B. It's just a mean comment.
Yeah, it is.
And C. It's not even true.
And D?
You are... No. Yeah, I can go on and on and on. But I'm like, D, if it would have been true, it would be even more nasty to say it.
True. But
it doesn't matter how you look. It does matter. It does matter, but not only.
I think it was just like she was saying it out of spite or something.
Yeah. But we'd still talk about it 70 years later, so you better shouldn't have said it, Heather. We are onto you, girl. But I feel sad for her. A little girl, 18, feeling homesick.
Oh, well.
Big opportunity and blowing it.
Bye.
Bye, girl. 3 episodes in and you're out. Oh,
yeah,
poor
it's
Heather.
the way it is. And
All
on
right.
that note...
On that note, we say bye, Heather, and bye, listeners.
Yes, we see you next week.
9 girls still in there. Yeah. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
I wanted to say toodaloo, but no one will understand what I'm saying.
Later.
Bye.